respected chairperson, invitees, dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, ladies and gentlemen present here in a seminar hall. In today's seminar, let me highlight on the topic concept of Poshana for the youth society. Friends, we must have immense faith in the youth of our nation, like our visionary spiritual leader Vivekananda, because their energy, enthusiasm and idealism could bring about a drastic change and positive transformation in the world of today. Friends, youth of today are serving as a backbone of our country, and they are the beacon of inspiration for our nation, because they only can contribute meaningfully to the real progress of the world. Friends, they need both intellectual and physical strength. Today's malnutrition may put them in turmoil, and consequently they cannot face different challenges of life with their weak physical condition. So friends, while absorbing this Poshana Paksha throughout the year and clarifying them regarding the concept of Poshana, we must focus on supplying a healthy lifestyle to our youth, failing which strength, character and purity of our youth as well as nation would be in danger. Because there is a saying in Sanskrit, Bhubukhyum king no koroti papaha. So friends, let's build our youth both intellectually and physically to build our nation. We cannot ignore morals of the youth too, because morality infuses character and purity in them, and these qualities can be infused in them through nutrition only, because those who suffer out of malnutrition, they engage themselves in various antisocial activities to meet their basic needs, that is food, shelter and dress, that is roti, kapada or makan. Friends, that is why revolution of 1917 took place in Russia. Friends, for this we need willingness to inspire our youth. We call it Shraddha in the Bhagavad Gita. The Gita philosophy says, Shraddhava labhate jnanam tatparah sanjitendriyaha jnanam labdha parang samti mochirena dhigacchati. So friends, what should be our nation today? What our nation want today for our youth, for giving them a healthy lifestyle? We need innovative methods of production and employability. We need to strengthen our economy, food production and food distribution should be strengthened and must be taken care. Farmers must be energized. Farmers must be encouraged because agricultural products feed our body and mind and enriches our spiritual thought in different ways. In the Gita, it is said, right food habits, right sense of dress, and a right place to live make one sattvi. When these three are pervaded, human becomes tamas. Sattvic quality of a human is reflected through one's physical appearance and behavior. Similarly, tamasic quality is also comes through our attitude. Hence, food, dress, and shelter must be disciplined while cultivating concept of Poshana, which fills us with mental and physical well-being. Hence, let's inspire our youth to adopt a right living process and thinking process. So friends, in ancient time, this concept of Poshana was cultivated through different methods. For example, Gautam Buddha adopted and inspired our youth to follow Ashtangika Marga. This Marga consisted of 8 principles of life. They were right view, right speech, right action, right effort, right thought, right living, right meditation, and right remembrance. The above margas had disciplined human life mentally and physically. Hence, it was a kind of Poshana. It was a kind of Poshana method adopted in the ashramas. Friends, while understanding the concept of Poshana and its importance for the youth of today, we must focus on 4 things. They are balanced food, routine lifestyle, yoga, and rest. Today's youth in this digital age keep themselves away from the above 4 things. Hence, they lack Poshana, which means nourishment. So friends, we must nourish and nurture our body and mind along with heart and treat them valuably for the welfare of society. And we must have a spirit of doing well for the nation, failing which we have to live a chaotic life. This type of life would lead us towards hell or narka in Sanskrit. This narka jamtrana occurs in us due to lack of Poshana. In the Gita, it is said, while balancing body, mind and spirit, one must be free from 3 bad elements of life like Krodha, Moha, Lobha, which are 3 ways of narka. In Bhagavad Gita, it is said, Trividham narakasyaidam dwarang nasanamatmanah lobha moha krodha tasmadeta trayang prajit. Friends, every year we celebrate Poshana Paksha to sensitize our youth regarding nourishment. But it is just like a sacred window of time through which our youth can essentially enter into a world of divinity and enrichment. Once they enter into the window of time, they can reflect on the deeper layer of nourishment in their labels. Hence, we must encourage and initiate seminars and symposia through which we can build our youth and we can know about the concept of Poshana and its importance in the human life. Friends, in today's fast moved world, our youth are constantly juggling academic careers, social media, and ever evolving digital culture. Hence, they lost touch with the essential sources of inner and outer nourishment. Hence, our youth should understand the concept of Poshana, which acts like a guiding spirit or guiding light for the future. It is rather a kind of wisdom. It is rather a kind of wisdom. Friends, those who rightly apply this wisdom in right time, they can nourish their body and mind equally. Our body is like a chariot and we are the charioteers. Hence, if we are not successful in carrying the chariot properly, our journey of life would be not fruitful. Poshana makes us strengthen and makes our body and mind strong to face challenges. Then let me discuss factors which are responsible for the malnutrition or improper Poshana. Friends, irregular food habits, unhealthy eating practices, etc. are the cause of ill Poshana of the youth. They should know Poshana recharges our body and mind. Self-care is too a kind of Poshana. It is not a luxury but a necessity. Friends, today's youth culture never takes care mental and emotional nourishment. These two kinds of nourishment are a kind of Poshana that keep one away from stress, anxiety, and peer pressure of information. Here, youth must remember the factors kill silently to human. They drain our vitality too. Hence, giving a pause to our overloaded stress and anxiety is a kind of Poshana. It is otherwise known as mental food that one gets out of sufficient or adequate rest. Friends, disciplined life and good living habit too are considered as Poshana. So, let's encourage our youth for this. Friends, Our ancestors have designed different tools for us to draw peace of mind or peace of progress. They are differently designed through different scriptures. The Gita, the Mahabharata, the Ramayana, etc. fill us with energy, and the stories of these great people make us sound. Great souls impact upon our minds through their purity of thought and great noble spiritual work. We know about their achievements through the above scriptures, which are the indirect source of nourishment to our body and mind. So, it is a kind of Poshana for our youth. They build our youth with resilience, clarity, and gives inner peace of mind. So friends, we cannot skip spiritual nourishment while considering the Poshana. We should remember that youth is not just a phase of energy but also of inquiry. It is the perfect time to ask questions. Who am I? Why am I here? What is my true purpose? Finding solutions to the above questions to make the youth spiritually strong and help them to look inward, to reconnect them to the higher self. Friends, it may be through silence, seva, meditation, and satsanga. Thus, youth can cultivate their inner qualities. This cultivation is too a kind of Poshana that gives them peace and solace. Here, in this stage of life, they shift themselves from being mere consumer to conscious contributors. This contribution gives them mental satisfaction, which is through a kind of Poshana, because here the energy is reformed and refined. The youth reorganizes their mental setup and divert their energy for the benefit of the mass and get solace out of that. So friends, this concept of Poshana is felt through collectivism also. We call it social aspect of nourishment. This aspect of nourishment is realized through relation building activity with our family, community, and nature. They nourish us through emotion and feelings. Youth of today have immense pleasure or immense power to take challenges and to bring changes in the existing system. They can bring changes through social nourishment by fostering kindness, empathy, and sustainability in daily life. Friends, Poshana is a kind of true nourishment having multidimensional angles and acts as a living reminder for the youth while delivering their responsibility for the self, family, community, and the nation at large. Our youth must follow this. Our youth must embrace Poshana with Shraddha, which can sow the lifelong balanced joy seeds to sprout strength and energy. Friends, it is a kind of inner joy that one can experience, and it is reflected not through once in a year observance but through a sustainable program. Thank you.